Welcome back to Wide World of Sports. Well, the Tour Down Under is certainly an event that has gone from strength to strength in recent years. It involves so many thousands of people from the ICU, Cycling Australia, Tourism SA, all of the media, the police, the volunteers, and not to mention the cyclists and the teams themselves. But this year, though, we sent down John to take a look at the event and see how much effort goes into it behind the scenes.
Well, I'm back in Adelaide where the City of Churches comes alive with a great race, the Tour Down Under. Now, not only am I taking on the Bupa Challenge again, I'm also going to be showing you behind the scenes on how this great race works. Mr. Jens Voigt, you're a fan favourite with a lot of people. It must be nice engaging with your fans like this.
I love to work with the fans. I did live or get my motivation off the feedback from the fans. I mean, here there's people coming from Darwin, from Perth, from Brisbane. So of course I chat. You know, people come and fly for 2 hours, so who am I to say no to a picture? Of course I love working with the fans.
Anna, how good is this?
Absolutely, this is the second year that the Santos Tour Down Under has supported the women's event, which is fantastic, and I've been on board as ambassador for the second year as well, so quite timely. It's now an internationally ranked event, so it's helping promote and grow the sport, which is fabulous, and it gives all of our little girls that are around here cheering someone, you know, lots of women to look up to, strong, healthy, active women.
If you've watched cycling before, you have heard these voices, Mr. Paul Sherwin and Mr. Phil Liggett. This is how they get down when they're not on the screen. Guys, what are you guys doing back here? Is this what we don't see? Is this how everything gets done?
No. He's come to the wrong race. It's not a running race, you know. It's a bike race. Are you all right?
But they're all forms of movement, so I thought...
Good point. All forms of movement, yeah.
Excellent point you make it. But it's all from memory. None of it's the computer stuff in here. This is just for fun. This is so that we can get onto Facebook during the commentary. None of this is information.
Timmy Gilbert, you are the conduit between the great Phil Liggett, Paul Sherwin, Robbie McEwen every day on this broadcast. You bring this event alive. How does it all come together?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm the putty filler, aren't I? Like, the conduit's a nice sort of euphemism for putty filler or a gap filler. That's what I am. Basically, I march us around the park, and look, in all seriousness, it's a real treat to broadcast an event like this.
Did you ever have all this technology to help you understand the world of cycling?
Good heavens, no. This is like flying an aeroplane now. I used to go into the press room when there was 1,000 journalists, and you couldn't hear yourself think because of the noise of the typewriters. And now it's as silent as the grave.
Look at these guys.
Phil, I've got a funny feeling. He doesn't even know what a typewriter is. He's so young. They didn't have typewriters when he was running in the Commonwealth Games.
I don't even know where to go with this.
It's going well, though, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Oh, excellent.
Come on, son, let's go! While I'm at Wollonga Hill, the energy is just amazing. This really is Australia's version of Alpe d'Huez, the famous climb in France. You can really feel the crowd pick up and buzz every time the riders come through. You can only help it helps them just that much to get up this famous climb.
I fired a beer.
This is what the hill is all about, coming out with your mates, enjoying a drink and watching how the professionals do it. This must be good for cycling in Australia.
Oh, it's fantastic. We love doing it. Every year we come out and it's just awesome.
Everyone gets together, all the cyclists from around Australia. I've talked to people from Brisbane, Sydney. We're all here enjoying it, so it's fantastic.
First to the top of the old Wollonga Hill. Roll on the Tour de France for this man. Well done, Richie Port.
There he is. Well, that's a wrap for Stage 5, and Wollonga Hill is not disappointed. It's going to be a race to the end. Let's see who's going to be the victor of 2016.
He makes it look just too easy. And Simon Gerrans wins the Santos Tour Down Under.
It's a great race. I've been coming for all 18 editions, and I've watched this race grow and grow and grow. The Europeans, look, they're under pressure because they're behind the 8 ball when it comes to racing against Aussies this time of the year. but then the Aussies are such terrible sports people. If the Aussies aren't winning, they'll all turn off. So everybody is in a win-win situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 winner, Simon Gerrans, Orica Green Edge.
Well, that's a wrap for another Santos Tour Down Under. Now, I really hope we've been able to give you a good insight on how this big race ticks. Now, the only recommendation I have is to make sure you get down here next year.
God, you're a classic.
That is the truth. Such a great place, and South Australia do a marvellous job. It doesn't capture it on TV, but this is the second year I've been there, and I honestly can tell you, Em, I'm in love with South Australia, and I'm in love with the Tour Down Under, I'm in love with cycling. I'm actually a professional
He's actually professional now, if you wanted to know that. A massive event and such an amount of effort and work that goes into developing that each year, and it's only getting bigger and better as the years progress.
Couldn't disagree.